Hey everybody, welcome back to the Financially Lit podcast. I have Nate Patterson with us again today, and he's actually the newest leader to join our movement here at Financially Lit. He's going to be joining me every week as we drop new videos explaining what we do at ICOVest, what we have at CQR, and various other wealth management strategies that we're going to bring from the financial elite down to Main Street for your guys' consumption. But without further ado, I'm bringing Nate on today, and he's going to help talk to us about the CQR Vault, the new wallet that we're rolling out as a community. So without further ado, Nate, how you doing?
Dude, I am doing great, and honestly, I think this is going to be a lot of fun being on the channel and being able to spread the message that we have. Elite Main Street, man, is really going to make a big difference, and I think the biggest part of that right now has to be, without a doubt, the application that's going to be rolling out. I mean, this is going to be huge on what it can do just independently, kind of acting within its own ecosystem, if you will. And how much empowerment and control it's gonna give over people's finances. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So for people that don't know, our CQR Vault, it's a digital wallet. It's a mobile app that you can download. We're testing it right now on Android and on the iPhone platform. It's also a desktop version.
Yeah, desktop.
Yep. And it's a place for you to store various assets. Do you want to get into it a little bit, Nate?
Yeah. So I think the starting point really, I mean, you already kind of touched on it, is the fact that it's a digital wallet, right? So any sort of crypto that you currently have, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, whatever you want, you can store those within our wallet here. And that's kind of like phase one or layer one, I guess, if you want to call it. I think the best part following that is what most people are struggling with right now, especially if you're really big into crypto, is if you try and move from crypto to fiat currency, you're going to be hit with a pretty hefty capital gains tax.
Oh yeah,
for anything that you gained on that, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the laws that have been in place. But there are things you can do specifically within our application, such as I should say, you could go from crypto to a CQR dollar, right?
Yes, sir.
Within the CQR Vault. So you're going from cryptocurrency to our own unique token, which is kind of layer one, phase one, to being able to move into something else to acquire other assets, right?
100%. And that token is tied 1-to-1 with the US dollar, right? So if you think of $1, that's one CQR dollar. It's a digital representation of the dollar in the form of this token that we're holding on this app. If you had a crypto position and, if you had upwards of $1 million in a crypto position, some people, overnight we had fortunes created. When you cash that out, we're at like 47.5% capital gains now. Well, if you wanted to maybe keep that instead, you could learn why and how you could transfer that within the app. It's literally just a couple clicks, you transfer your position over and you acquire CQR dollars. Turn them into these 1-to-1 dollars. What would you do with those dollars though? Why would you want to do that, Nate?
Yeah, so because we've built a lot of FinTech into the application itself, you can go almost anywhere. I mean, we're getting to the point where you can go almost anywhere, which is awesome.
Yep.
So for example, right, you could go and acquire other opportunity tokens, as we call them, which are vested in real assets like gold and silver.
Yes.
Which is huge. So you've now gone from a crypto position, okay? Cryptocurrency, its value is all held online, and a lot of that, and truthfully, is based on perception of value. And you've gone to Secure Dollar, and now from Secure Dollar, you've gone and acquired our other opportunity tokens, which represent real gold and silver. You've gone from a crypto position to now you are the controller of real gold and silver.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
It's mind-blowing, right? I mean,
yeah.
Especially when you see that a lot of these cryptos they're fiat in nature, right?
Right.
You have this inflated position, whether it's through algorithmic scarcity or whatever is driving this price. And as you take physical control of that, change it into CQR dollars and then transfer those within the app to acquire a digital representation of real gold, real silver, housed in trust. Trust, ecclesiastical trust, by the way, which there's many reasons why you would want to do that and learn why you would want to, get into those qualified capital positions. They're built right into the app. Like you said, this is great financial technology and it's at your fingertips. iPhone, Android, you could even leverage some of that CQR dollar or some of that silver or that gold and put it into an opportunity token like our Asset Pool 1, Asset Pool 2,
right.
or maybe even Asset Pool 3. Do you want to touch on those a little bit?
Yeah. So once you have those assets, right, and you can go from CQR or a leveraged position of gold and silver if you wanted to. It goes either way. But then you can dive into the asset pools, right? AP is what we call it for short. Asset Pool 1, 2, 3, AP 1, 2, 3. So Asset Pool 1 is real estate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I gotta like wind it back again. We've gone from crypto, we went to CQR, and now you're telling me that I can have a cooperative investment into real estate. Yes.
All within this app.
Yeah, exactly. All within the application. And the entry point for this isn't like thousands and thousands of dollars in value, right? It could be 10, it could be 100. It's however much you want to put in. It's how much you can get back in royalty and rewards.
Yes, sir.
So, right, if you want to be a part of real estate acquisitions and get royalties from those properties once they start generating cash flow, right, that's going to go back to you in the form of CQR once again. And that's just Asset Pool 1. You want to hit on Asset Pool 2?
Oh yeah, Asset Pool 2. We're actually syndicating whole life insurance policies. We're creating our NBFI. It's a non-banking financial institution. And as we syndicate these whole life insurance policies and term policies across our cashflow family members, there's extremely lucrative payouts that come in the form of royalty rewards as we set up this NBFI. So you could participate and syndicate real estate in AP1. You could syndicate whole life or term life across our different classes for our cash flow family in AP2. And we even have Asset Pool 3. AP3 is a staking program for small business empowerment capital. Do you want to touch on it just briefly?
Yeah, this is going to sound too good to be true,
I
but
know,
it
right?
is what it is. And I'm just going to say it because there's no good way of explaining it outside of just telling you exactly what it is. So think of any project that you have in mind. Business project that's going to increase GDP or create cash flow, right?
Yes.
All you have to do is provide 3% towards whatever the funding cost for that project or business would be. So if you have a project in mind and that project is going to cost you $1 million, you would need to provide $30,000 to stake. Okay, stake, that means that the funds are going to be held for 1 year, 1 day once they're staked. And then once the funding period begins, which could actually take place prior to that staking period, right? Once that funding period begins, you will get every single month 10% of that total project funding remitted to you once again through the application. Okay,
right.
And people once again they're like, whoa. Telling me I get 3% down, right, and get 100% funding? Yes. Right.
Sounds wild, right?
It sounds absolutely wild. The only thing that's really taking place here is the funding organization will maintain 20% equity holding in that project.
This is money that's for small business empowerment. This is capital that's going towards these systems. And we actually also have AP4 and AP5 for even bigger funding. AP3 goes up to $25 million funding programs, funding platforms. If you have something that is going to be outside of that wheelhouse, maybe up to the $100 million tune, a project like that you wanted to stake 3% in and build something, that's what AP4 is for. If you wanted to build a hospital system and you wanted to stake 3% to build a hospital system, for example, we have AP5. That's at the tune of $2.5 billion in funding. This is very real. It's right now, and we have opened the window so that we're going to be taking in these types of applications over the next 6 months as we evaluate these opportunities. Which ones will get funded, which ones won't, which ones produce good GDP. But this is an opportunity for anybody that wants to get in the game and that has a good business idea, business plan. They need funding. Maybe they need an angel investor, outside investor. You might not want to go that way. We have a staking program where as long as it qualifies, you can get fully funded. And this is grant type money, is it not?
Right, exactly. And I think there's a lot of people out there who have been sitting on some pretty incredible ideas, and this is an opportunity for them to get this idea off the ground, and hopefully, right, in good form and fashion, is going to give back to the community and people around them, which is all that we are about, right? Teaching people how to properly steward their finances so they can do more for themselves, more for their family, more for their friends, and more for their community. And it's going to be powered, all of that, through the CQR Vault, the application. So
Absolutely.
a one-stop shop for pretty much everything that you'd want to pursue for the near term and the long term. It's super exciting.
It's all in the palm of your hand. Whether you're an Android user, an iPhone user, we're putting out the final touches on our beta so that we can roll these out and get them in your hands in real time. People that were in the ICOVest community, the ICOVest community has their ICOs, ICO AU, ICO AG. They're held on the app. People that are in the Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP communities, they can also hold their stuff on the app. We have our outside tokens, AP1, AP2, AP3. These opportunities are held within the app. So this is the central interface for you to be able to, like you just said, one-stop shop, figure out your financial goals and map them out accordingly. So we're super excited to bring this to you guys. We're trying to create generational wealth within all of your communities, and we're all over the globe. And it starts with just becoming a little bit more financially literate. So I thank you, Nate, for joining the channel. I'm looking forward to making videos with you every week and dropping this type of juicy information on the people. So without further ado, guys, thank you for coming. Like, subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you next time.
See y'all.